We've got singer, songwriter, and producer Jared Lee in to discuss why it's okay if your love life isn't like a love song. We'll play our game, The Soundtrack of Our Lives, and we'll sip on our nightcap, Magnolia Wine, tonight on It's Complicated.
You're listening to It's Complicated with your hosts Jennifer Golden and Lauren Leonelli, coming to you live from the AfterBuzz TV studios in Los Angeles, California.
Hello, Master Daters. Welcome back for another episode of It's Complicated.
The struggle is real when you're dating in the city.
I'm Jen.
And I'm not Jen. I'm Lauren.
She forgot her name because we've been off for so long.
Oh my gosh, we're back.
We are back.
We were
you guys
on
missed us.
a summer break. Okay, and we're back, and we're very excited because today we're going to discuss why it's okay if your love life doesn't sound like a love song, baby. Don't look at me like that.
I didn't. I rolled my eyes away from you.
Took a risk, and I sang. Also, we're going to talk about why entering into a comparathon will always leave you finishing last in that race, and how to inject some music into your life for some romance, but like not in a cheesy way because that's stupid.
No corniness here, guys. No. But having amassed well over 30 million streams online.
Oh my God.
Singer, songwriter, and platinum producer Jared Lee is adding significantly to those numbers with the release of his new single, Professional Lovers, which we'll discuss later, obviously, because I need to know how you become one, what it means, all the things.
And if he is one himself.
Exactly, because maybe he's just teaching people how to do that.
You can't teach somebody unless you are one.
Right. Those that can teach, can't.
Don't ask me.
There's a saying, and it's out there.
Those that can do.
Sure.
Is that?
I don't think that's it, but it's fine. Someone out there, please correct me.
One of those things.
One more time.
Great.
Because I never know them. But guys, named a Clear Channel Artist to Watch back in 2011,
Woo!
Jared debuted his first EP. That was a while ago, so he's pretty much an expert at this point, an expert singer, songwriter, producer.
Oh my God.
They're experts, right?
Yes.
Falling through holes with the single It's Over, Goodbye to critical acclaim, breaking top 40 in the hot AC format.
Yes, you guys, and he has performed on several stages across the U.S., headlining and opening for artists like Brian McKnight, oh my God, 90s, Keven Undergaro, who I love, Train, Drops of Jupiter is a really good song.
I can't believe you like that song.
I love that song.
I'm surprised. I'm just saying. But also, Keven Undergaro has a piece of my heart.
Oh, I love that.
That one song about, like, not over. It's not over.
I don't know.
It's so good and sad and happy. I don't know. But with his signature soulful vocals and unmistakable falsetto, Jared quickly landed a bevy of song placements around the television landscape. You know, when you see songs on TV shows and they make you feel those moments.
Right. I love them.
Oh, they're the best.
They're cathartic and
totally. On, networks like NBC, CBS, MTV, the real small ones.
Yeah.
And then he was featured in back-to-back episodes of Fox's American Idol, season 10.
No big deal. And he also has been writing and producing for globally renowned artists like Jason Derulo, Jordan Sparks, oh my God, this list, Tiesto, Silento.
Silento.
But they say it like that, Silento, in the beginning of the song, don't they? That one song with Banana, is that him? Anyway, New Kids on the Block, and has been enlisted by some of the top DJs like Marcus Schultz, Freddie Legrand, am I saying that right? Laid Back Luke, and more. And he is also a vocalist on all his original music.
So, guys, he's worked tirelessly on his own records and has also a duet project, 7 East, with Pia Toscano.
Oh, I love her.
I know. She's so beautiful. Got married. I stalked her for a bit because I was like, love story.
Love her.
I know. So we'll have to talk to him about like any love songs that were potentially written there. But they had some material released early 2018. That's this year.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. Okay, you guys, he's been featured on MTV.com, ArtistDirect.com, PerezHilton.com, TheHollywoodReporter.com, and several other top music and entertainment sites.
Like this one, also.
Jared. Yay!
Hi.
Welcome.
Hey, what's up,
Hi.
guys? Great intro.
Did you like hearing about
Very
yourself?
strong.
That was you.
Were you surprised to hear any of it?
He was like, wait, I did that?
But it was refreshing, and you guys did it very well. You definitely gave me some inspiration.
Well, we're so
Walk
impressed
away with
by
it.
all the things.
You're the inspiration. That song. You're the inspiration.
Oh, yeah. Great one.
That's what we're going to kind of talk about.
Yeah, guys. And so before we get into all of our lyrical love fest,
Yes.
It's time for our drink, which
Oh,
is
right.
the Magnolia wine.
Right.
Because, like Lady Marmalade said in our favorite slutty French love song, we like when our boy drinks all the Magnolia wine. So drink
Yes.
up and cheers, because that made a whole lot of sense. But really what it is Francis Coppola's diamond collection, because obviously girls want diamonds.
Right.
When you play our favorite love song and then propose on one knee. Or two,
Interesting.
it doesn't really matter anymore.
Interesting.
Just give us the ring.
Whatever.
Gold label, Chardonnay, Monterey County. And I got to say, I don't love Chardonnay usually.
But this is good, though.
Is divine.
Yes.
Like a diamond.
It's very good. Every time I take a sip, I'm forgetting I have this mic here, so I'm kind of just
It's fine.
not doing it very gracefully.
Well, here's
so
the thing. We talk a lot, so you'll have plenty of opportunities.
When I sip,
to,
do I move it away, or do I
You
just
do.
kind of go for it and
You
own
just
it?
make
You
it
do.
work.
Yeah.
All right, done. Now I know.
When we're talking, you drink. That's the rule. So today,
Yeah, we are talking about if it's okay if your love life doesn't sound like a love song, right?
yeah, 'cause that happens.
And why comparing yourself to like love songs, reality, like it's not a reality. It's not real. Yeah. And
Because I'm not going to die at the bottom of the like ocean, like in Titanic, and
No.
like leave my arm out.
no, no,
It's just not going to happen.
Never know.
And my heart won't go on.
no, we are not. And we also want to talk about how to like get music injected in to make your like a romantic, sexy relationship.
Yeah, sexy time. We're going to make that happen here.
Yeah.
So, Jared,
Yes.
let's just dive right in. We gave like a
Let's dive
lengthy
in.
bio of you, about you.
Thank you.
But we
That's
didn't,
very nice.
We didn't talk about how you got into the music business.
How I got
Yeah.
into music.
So why don't
Okay.
you tell us that? Let's start at the very
So-
beginning, a very good place to start.
Are we gonna go? All right, I'm gonna try to take you through the years as quickly as I can. Started in high school and school, always performing, all the choral groups, played different instruments.
Were you a band geek?
I wasn't a band geek, but I did like the a cappella group thing. I played
that's
drums,
fun.
saxophone, piano. My parents were very insistent that I play instruments and take lessons, so I was
Nice.
in the mix. And then in college, I was in an a cappella group. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Totally. Where
So
you
that's
sing
singing
and-
without the music.
Right.
Yes. So you have to
All
be
the
good.
voices.
You have to be good.
Right. So that gave me a chance to really learn about different harmonies and how to arrange songs.
That's
and all
hard,
that.
man.
Yeah, very hard. But
You can't fake it there.
but I kind of saw the results of what doing something like that brought, and it was a great thing for a guy to do, to kind of meet girls.
I
and
was
to
going to say, so
be
you
an
got
extracurricular.
fans.
It was just fun. I mean, I was in Nashville doing it, and I loved it, and I kind of then fell in love with performing even more, and then I came back to Boston and New York for a bit.
Is that where you're from? You're
From Boston,
Yeah, Boston,
sorry.
right.
Yes, Boston, Mass. No accent, though.
No, none.
But
Did you?
it's not a bad thing.
No, her boyfriend is from those parts.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
And half my family is from those parts.
Oh,
they have
yeah.
a heavy accent.
They
So
do. I mean,
what
it's
did you
kinda-
do to
it's
get rid of your?
Not everybody has one. I mean, I have friends that had it. I don't know.
depends on the
I don't really
area
know,
that
yeah.
you're from, yeah.
I think it's kind of where your parents and grandparents are from, but anyway, I didn't have one, but I could do it, but I'm not going to. But so after college, I was then in New York. Oh, first I was in Boston working with some of the Berkeley students, and I started writing music and started to do like my first original writing and working with people as opposed to just covering other people's songs, which is what I thought you initially were supposed to do, just kind of try to sound like other people that you looked up to. So then I started doing my own stuff and managed to get a manager in New York, and I moved to New York and started working with some great writers and producers, and kind of went through the whole corporate side of the industry a little bit out there, and ended up signing a publishing deal in LA, and I moved here in 2007, I think. There's a lot in between, but I was trying to keep it, keep
Right.
it moving. So you
Who
guys
doesn't
can
love
get
an
your thing.
abridged version?
Yeah, I didn't want to go deep details, but if you have particular questions, I'm down.
Right.
Go
Sweet.
for it.
Well, where does your inspiration come from?
Yeah.
Let's start there because,
Yeah.
like, have you Taylor Swifted anyone?
Yeah. That's
The verb to Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a term.
So I think definitely for me, a lot of my songs have come from real life experiences. Especially a lot of the dark songs. Well, no,
God.
it's just dark, more dark love songs, not
Right.
dark songs
Right.
for me.
So songs about killing someone you love.
No, not that at
But-
all. I haven't written that
careful.
one. Haven't written that one. But
That's
you know,
next.
when you go through relationships and music or writing, it's a way to kind of get it out of your system and reflect and personalize the experience, and hopefully you can connect with other people through doing that. So for me, a lot of the music that I wrote had to do with my own personal situations, but also there were songs that I wrote that were stories or things that I thought about or that people had kind of shared with me that I thought would make for an interesting piece of music, you know.
So it's not all a personal experience.
It's not all, but a lot of mine is. A lot of mine is.
And
or
like
there are at least
how
aspects of it.
how truthful is it though when you write a song?
Very.
Like you don't like take the like highlight points and then like sort of exaggerate it or make
like,
it a little
like
more
how a stand-up
poppy?
comedian like changes
Yeah.
the story to make it more interesting.
Right.
You know?
Well, I mean, I think that there are certain songs for me that I want to try to appeal to more people other than just myself. So if I'm kind of writing one of those types of songs, I'll probably try to widen it so that it's a little more relatable. But I think it's important as an artist to also just give the raw, unfiltered,
Right.
true experience, and that you'll actually find that people will connect with that. Even if it's not the exact story, they'll take aspects of it and find colors in what you've done that kind of relates to them. So,
Right.
They will make that love song fit
Yeah.
their life.
right.
Do you fall into the typical musician category? Like,
Well, what
do
is
you-
the typical musician category? Let's see what the assessment is.
Like they're on the road and they've got fans and they are
well,
hookers.
Oh my God.
Okay.
She's saying like it's hard for you to.
Are you slutty McSlutterson or are
I
you
don't think so.
super sentimental and shit?
But like also,
I think
he
I'm more-
should
sorry.
be able to do that if he's single and he wants to.
Sure.
Well, I don't have too much road experience. Like the touring I did do was usually more kind of like short.
Yeah, not like
2, 3, 4 days. I've never done kind of like consistent
Like a
months
6
to
month,
year.
yeah.
No. But
That would be hard.
But like, yeah, you're right. I mean, I think if you're a single person, it's like, you're probably lonely or you're young and you're trying to meet different people. So,
Right.
but you use your judgment. I'm not on the extreme side of that.
But
I
like
don't think.
it's the other end of the spectrum is like the reverse, the other half of the equation has to be willing.
Right.
So like you're on stage and you're handsome and you're singing and like these girls are watching.
That was a compliment.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know if she was generalizing or talking
No,
about
no,
me, but
you,
thank
you.
you.
I'm saying
Very
you.
nice.
Well, you in particular.
Lauren, I appreciate
and
it.
I think that the
Not all musicians are attractive.
well, but they still get. To
We've
do
all
the
seen Mick
things.
Jagger, so
They still get to do the things, even if they're like not as cute. But you also happen to be handsome,
Thank
and
you.
you have great voice, and so
Thank you. Wow.
But I'm saying the other end of the equation is
groupie
these
equation.
girls are willing, like they're wanting to do it too. So
Right.
it's like,
we
right?
don't blame
Yeah,
you
I mean-
entirely.
Yeah, every situation is different. As I'm sure in your life, it's just like you can't really
Yes.
judge it until you're
Well, we're very
there
famous,
and
so
doing it.
we
No,
have
I
to
know.
tell
I
people
mean-
to like, just back off.
with
we have,
all with
we
all
have
your
relationships.
Yeah, do you tell guys to like,
Actually,
hey,
sometimes
it's not my vibe. I'm not going to go that route.
Yeah.
I want to take more time with
I don't know.
this.
Somebody on Instagram yesterday wrote me, "I love you."
What?
Oh,
A lot. In
drop
fact,
the L word.
a lot. Not one, a lot, two a lot. I don't know if he's even
Did
in
you
this
slide
country.
back into his DM?
No,
Oh.
it was one of those like messages that was like a request. So I don't know this person.
The requests.
Yeah.
Those are always exciting.
So I didn't
Never know
allow
what
it,
you're gonna get.
but you could see like the
Right.
preliminary message,
I mean,
and I was like, oh,
Nice.
Instagram is like a dating app, kind of.
totally. Speaking of which,
Yes.
Kind of.
yeah. Are you single?
I mean,
Speaking of,
I am single right now.
do you
Yes.
slide into DMs?
Oh my God.
I have. I mean, like, I can't. I mean, I'm on record right now. Like, I
Yeah.
have.
It's a serious
It's.
business.
I don't necessarily think anything's gonna come of it.
Right.
And I'm not super aggressive with it, as I
Right.
know a lot of my friends are. But
Yeah.
occasionally, it's just
Way to
kind of
call
like.
out your friends.
No, I'm just saying, you have that one friend that's
Yeah,
like
the-
shameless. I definitely
right,
have some
right.
of those. But occasionally, you see somebody where you're like, okay, why not?
If they
says
catch your
connect.
interest, or
Yeah.
it's just like, I mean, honestly, it's like looking for anything when you're on your phone or online looking for us music or something to watch. Like,
Right.
if it catches your eye, you're
Yeah,
gonna stop.
and it's also what do it's also what you say. I think. I think there are
God.
people that are super aggressive with it.
But are you
I'm-
like
I'm-
super
Like, how do
smooth?
you-
Like, is there like a
Yeah.
lyric? you
Can
send
you
them?
can you really be smooth with that? It's like if you try to be smooth, it can be corny, and if you try to be corny.
This is like when you're writing your lyrics, right? Like you're trying to get a message across. You're trying not to be corny. You're trying to be smooth. You're trying to do all those things. It's just like in a different medium.
I guess you're right. I think one line is tough though, or like one sentence.
So
It's
do you
like-
write them a paragraph?
I mean, as women, like, what's something that you've received in a DM that hasn't been like an eye roll?
Oh, I like when people write funny things.
Okay.
Or like it's like
Example?
shameless,
Like,
like
what's an example?
where they're just
been a
like,
while
I
for
think
me.
you're really like attractive, and I don't know what else to say but hi. Like something that's
Something
just super
simple.
honest.
See, I feel like
Yeah.
if you get that from someone you're attracted to, it's
Yeah.
amazing. But if you get
Totally.
it from somebody you're not attracted to, you're like, oh, okay, they're weird.
Well, at any point, if
no.
they write me something and I'm not attracted to them, is it going to work anyway?
I was
Right.
going to say,
No.
if you're attracted to the person,
Right.
they could probably say something stupid and you'd be like, oh my God.
Right. But in person, if like an attractive person comes up to you and is just like, hey, how are you? Like, you're probably excited, right?
Sure.
Versus
Wait,
if they're like,
I have one.
hey, like Jen.
Jen with
I
one
was
N.
I'm already
thinking-
concerned.
No, I'm saying like
I know.
that guy.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna
That
be like,
guy's
never.
blocked.
You definitely know that guy.
I hate him already.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
No.
He's everybody.
No.
That's
He's trying way too hard.
Oh, that guy. But okay,
Yeah.
so someone actually did send me something once. They sent a
Yes.
picture of a lunchbox
No.
and said, I want to take you to lunch. But it was like a really cute, like
that's
funny
creative.
lunchbox.
Oh.
And I happen to know the person. So I was like, I never really thought of you that way. But like
Wow.
now that you went out on a limb and it's kind of ballsy and cute and
Oh,
creative.
are we in a full on at this point, or
Oh, no, this was years ago.
sounds like
Oh,
a
no,
little
I
bit
met
of
my
a...
guy on Bumble. Let's just all put it out there.
respect.
Wait, hold
All
on.
right.
You
Yeah.
knew this person?
Yeah,
and then
he's
they
been a
asked you
guest
to-
on this show.
Okay, but hold on.
Wow.
But then they
I'm gonna go
a-
back and watch Eps.
Hold on, but then you just assumed that this lunch was like, I mean, I would too, but I'm just saying, were you scared to assume like he's asking me to lunch, this means he wants to do sex?
Oh, I mean, I didn't jump as far as. Yes,
I know,
yes,
but
it was
you
a
know what I'm saying.
romantic.
I love how you just said do sex.
Oh yeah, no, it's
It's amazing.
It's a verb. Or an action, whatever. So
It is an action.
it is both those things. Sexing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the
It is
more
a verb,
proper
I
way to
guess.
say it.
I mean, yeah.
Hi, Mom. So anyway, I knew it was like a romantic gesture
Yes.
because otherwise he would have been like, "Hey, want to catch up and have lunch?"
Right.
Right.
The lunchbox was the.
Like if you had written me, "Want to have a lunch?" I wouldn't be like, "Oh, she wants to go on a romantic date."
You'd have been like, I had no idea all these years.
But if you sent me a picture of a lunchbox creatively on a medium in which we don't normally speak, then I would have been like, date.
Huh. So if a
See?
girl, interesting. If a girl sent you a lunchbox, then you know it's different than just a friendship.
Exactly. That girl wants to be my lesbian girlfriend.
That's
Understood.
what I would think. I mean, I don't know.
Just know lunchboxes have significant meaning here.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yes,
I went
they
there.
do.
This
I'm
is what
gonna
happened
step out of this
after a
convo.
break. Okay, so no, we're going right back to
Oh,
you.
okay.
So if not sliding into DMs all the time, do you swipe?
Wait,
Yeah, are
first
you
off,
on dating
What?
apps?
I never said all the time. I said I have done it.
Right.
Definitely
And
not
I
all the
said
time.
not all the time. So you have other
branding
time.
me the wrong
Wait,
way.
but it doesn't matter even still. It's not like that big of a deal,
No,
is
no.
it?
Some people
But-
prefer
fine.
that to dating apps, but are you on dating apps?
There's two that I've tried, and I've never really met someone from that's gone anywhere
Would you
so far.
would you date a fan?
Sure, as long as it's not something that makes me concerned.
Like a bunny boiler?
What's that?
Like from Fatal Attraction?
Oh, that would probably not.
Or she goes
be
into your
good.
house and takes your pet and
I mean,
boils
it's-
them.
I think it's like how you define, because for me, I want to date somebody that's supportive of what
Sure.
I and likes what I do, so they're like a fan of what I do. But then there's the extreme of
Yes.
kind of like
Happy medium fan.
right.
Yeah.
So
They have a shrine of you in their home.
right.
Oh my
might be
God.
little.
That would be a
I
little
don't,
scary.
I don't know if I'd be mad about that. I'd be like, oh, okay,
feel
well,
like
we're
you
already
might
there.
dig it. You might
yeah,
dig a
I'm like,
shrine.
did you already get my ring too? Cool, let's just do this.
Oh, Jen would be into it.
Oh, yeah, I love a good fan.
Lunchboxes, shrines.
Slide into the
This is
DMs,
who you
yo,
are.
propose.
Oh my God,
what?
no.
No.
Okay, so then would you, in conjunction with that, on a higher level, date somebody that you work with, or have you ever done that? I feel like that's hard not to do. Right?
I have dated.
You're like,
I mean, there's definitely been girls that I've worked with.
People.
Well,
Just leave it
like,
open.
I'm trying to figure out how to do this in like the best
We
way
won't
possible.
dig. We won't
no,
dig
I
who.
definitely like
Although we can
opening up
probably
a
put it
line.
dated
together.
girls I've worked with, but nothing seriously because I think it poses just a
but
tricky situation.
this is always the thing. We talk about this on our show often, like dating in the workplace.
Yeah.
It's like,
It is kind of natural.
You're
Right.
around the person
Yeah, no,
all the time.
That's the
yeah.
confusing thing about it. Is
Yes.
it's totally, if you're attracted to somebody and you're with them all the time, and especially in creative endeavors like art and
Yeah.
film and television
and you're being
music.
vulnerable. and
Yeah,
long
you're like
hours
sharing your intimate feelings
and stories.
Yeah.
Especially in the industry of like Hollywood, where I mean, you can be vulnerable anywhere, I guess. But if you're writing a song
Right.
or like trying to emote a personal emotion as an actor or whatever, like it's on another level.
For sure.
I try to emote often.
I mean, and to take it even further, a lot of the actors end up having to act that they are in a relationship
Right, and they
together
believe
go
it.
through the motions. So it's
Right.
like that's
Method
that's
acting.
gonna kind of, I think, lead to the real thing in some situations.
So
but-
like I get that it could be a potential problem or a distraction or whatever, but like it makes so much sense.
Maybe that's the alternate meaning for professional lovers.
what?
They work professionally together and they are
Oh.
lovers.
But like they
Jen,
use they
respect.
You
Can I
can-
take you around with me?
Yes.
It's like,
See?
and there's another angle.
Yes.
This one.
you can use that. When
And if
you're-
you haven't considered this one,
Yeah. Brian Howie is our, we call him our fairy pod father. He
Get
is
it?
the creator of our network, Great Love Media, and he has a very popular podcast called The Great Love Debate. And he often talks about how people used to meet before dating apps, and it was in church. That was like the way to meet somebody.
or temple.
Or temple. For,
For the
Jews
2/3 of the
and-
people in the room.
Right. And-
oh, Mochi too. She's
Oh,
Jewish.
so
Oh,
Mochi's here. So.
she's the only Korean Jew you'll ever meet.
No, there are some.
wow.
I'm kidding. I know there are.
I'm gonna find the 3 of them
Okay.
and tell
There
you.
are some?
Yeah.
But if you think about it, like, how is that any different to date somebody at your church or temple than it is at where you work? Like, you're still going to see them all the time.
Right.
You have
Right.
mutual. It's like, no, people have this weird thing with like, don't shit where you eat or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck they say.
Well, then they shouldn't go on that app
I'm
happen
just
because you
like-
can find people all the
But
time
then
at your
I'm just
Starbucks.
like, that I don't understand why people say that. To me, I'm like, just do it
I
if
think
you want to
just
do it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you just assess the risk and figure
Yeah.
out if it's a smart move, considering maybe what your roles are within
True.
your work situation.
Right,
and then-
like someone might be superior and inferior, a senior and a not senior.
well,
Oh, yes.
interesting.
Good call.
because that just brings all kinds of Me Too movement.
But we
around.
all think that you should just, if you want to date somebody and you're attracted and you're in the recording studio and you're singing,
Yeah.
what's the Mariah Carey love song with?
Which one?
God, the one with the duet, "Endless Love." If you're singing "Endless Love" with somebody and like staring
That's
in
a
their
cover, isn't it?
she
yes.
did One Sweet Day with Boyz II Men.
I mean, and also that's a
She did-
4-on-1 date.
But hold on, that's not really a love song. That's like "You Died and I Miss You."
But that was
She
love.
did one with Brian McKnight that I
Yeah.
love.
Oh,
Same.
Whenever you call.
Oh, that's
Amazing
oh yeah,
song.
such a good song, Mariah.
And there's also, oh my God, I loved every song she had. Honey, her and Mace.
Great one.
Guys, I wanted to marry Mace for a really long
I did
time.
too.
Speaking
and
of church.
now he's a preacher. Bring it back
Yeah.
around.
Just tearing up over Mace.
I
right
I
love
now.
loved
Mace.
him. I had
Getting
him on my
emotional.
vision board as a 4th grader. I'm not kidding.
I didn't know that you liked black guys.
Once.
He was the one black
No,
guy.
I also there was a Tiger Woods. I think might have made it to. No, Dwayne Wade. I really loved at some point before I found out he cheated
listen,
and things.
you know, well, whatever.
It's
Anyway,
my Miami nature. I can't help it.
it's fine. But we all collectively agree dating in the workplace is fine. I think.
it is. Just don't date.
Just I would say.
somebody where you live. Don't
yeah,
do that.
I would say just weigh out the kind of pros and cons.
Weigh out the
Don't
pros
become
and cons.
professional lovers unless you
Right.
know that it's a really good choice.
Exactly.
But okay, so now there's the song "Professional
Yeah, I was
Lovers."
just gonna
Yes.
say that. So the video, first of all, you guys, is amazing. You can watch some sexy things happening, and you get to read the lyrics as they're coming across the screen,
yeah.
which we have talked about before. Really bothers me when you cannot. Oh, and there
Oh,
it
wow.
is.
Wow, look who that. That's your
There it
voice, isn't
Who
it?
is that?
Huh. Funny how that can happen.
Just listening to myself in headphones.
It's a really nice song.
Typical Wednesday.
Just
Yeah.
that's what we do on Hump Day.
See, and you can read all the words, people, if you're watching. I mean, it's so good.
Thank you.
What I love also about the fact that you get to read the lyrics is that this is sort of the topic of our show here.
Or it is the topic.
It is. Why people write love songs and create this like fantastical reality of how it's supposed to be like when you're in love. Like our favorite line, for example, which everyone always uses, and God, I hope you haven't ever. But
probably have.
when men are singing song, or I guess it could be a woman saying it too. And they're saying, I want to make it feel like the first time. Like, I'm going to make it feel like the first time.
I haven't used that, but that's funny.
Nobody, and it's just a cliched statement that nobody actually thinks about what it means.
Right.
And so they're just using these things to make it sound pretty and flowery. A, it's not real because it's not. And B,
It's uncomfortable the first time. It's weird.
Nobody
It's awkward.
likes the first time.
No.
The first time you have sex with someone, it's so awkward and weird and just not, it's just not.
Wow, do we need to hear this story?
Wait,
I don't
no,
know.
I'm
I'm just kidding.
But you know what, you know.
Unless you're
Alright.
drunk, it's weird the first time. But also,
Yeah.
how about, ooh, I'm going to make you sweat. I didn't ask to sweat.
No,
I was clean.
I was sweating in the beginning of the show because it's so fucking
Like,
hot here.
why is that gonna
Nobody
sell
wants-
me?
No, that doesn't.
I don't want to sweat. I
that's
want
not-
you to sweat, actually.
No, that's not sexy. Nobody
You just
wants
want
to do
the
that.
guy to sweat and
Yeah,
not.
like, you put in some effort.
We're not. No.
I'm not here to sweat.
I'm not into that.
I'm here to
I'm
be
just
pretty
saying
and
all
stuff.
these things that you just say without thinking about, or you're saying it to make it seem like the lyrics are making it seem like it's this thing. Like,
Right.
let's just be real about it. And Professional Lover is like I think very real and raw.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
What was the inspiration there? Tell us. Behind the music.
Well, there's a lot of different things I was thinking about and drawing upon. I mean, personal experience obviously played a role. So you think to the times where you have situations like that, and I took some of that for the
Yeah.
song. But I also just think that with the song, I think people, when they have such a strong connection, they want to assume and think that there's no one in the world that could possibly have a stronger connection physically than you have with that other person. And the song was kind of just a little bit of a projection of that mindset as well, in addition to kind of like the physical things that go along with it. And I think that everybody wants to kind of master something like that and think they're great and hope that they're great. And that's kind of like some of the ingredients that went into the song.
Yeah, like together the connection is so
Like
good
there's
that you're
no one
professional.
there's no one that could possibly do this better than us. This is like what we were meant for. This is like we've mastered this, like, you know?
Yeah.
This is like
Is that now? Were you thinking that's after practice, or just that is what it is?
it could be whatever you want it to be. It could be first time, obviously not for you.
I
could
mean,
be,
I'm not saying that it wasn't
could be-
ever
Good
that
one.
way.
You should have a drink.
It
of your
could be
drink.
as you get familiar with that person, you get comfortable. It could just be
Yeah.
like a chemistry you have with one person that
a
you
goal
didn't have with
to
somebody else.
get to
Or a
feel
goal,
that
yeah.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you get paid for it.
It could be that too. I mean, to
nothing
be
wrong with
honest,
a good
I
sex
wasn't-
worker.
Yeah. I wasn't really thinking about that angle with it, but that does.
That wasn't what you did
that
before
does make
music.
sense. What?
Sex
Be-
worker.
Yeah.
Well, it's another interview. I don't want to get into.
Well, we don't know what you did in
No.
New York during your daytime, so.
Yeah.
Waiting tables.
Oh, like
Waiting
Right, yeah.
tables. And,
It wouldn't
and
be
making demos.
Yeah, it wouldn't be
I wouldn't
an
be behind the
entertainment
music
right?
story
No.
without that.
Doing something
No.
with tables.
No.
I was once the hostess at a restaurant.
I was
or
too.
a few.
Oh,
I was
I
too.
bet you were a good hostess.
I was.
I was a pretty good
No.
waiter, but I was really bad at the like side work. You know, like you had. I don't know. Were you a
folding
waiter?
napkins or something.
like
Oh my
that
God,
aspect.
filling the ketchup.
I was
Yeah,
better
I was-
at
Buy
that
new
stuff.
ketchup.
I was
oh my
I
God.
was all good communicating with like the clientele, but
Schmoozing.
like when it
Great.
came to like I'm gonna need you to like fill up the salt, I was like, oh no.
Like Costco
gonna take
makes
me
salt.
forever.
Buy a new salt shaker.
Oh my
Right.
God. I was a waitress for like a small or server or whatever the politically correct term is.
Server
And
now.
I was horrific at it.
Do you want to expand on that?
I
or-
just couldn't, like, if I had more than 2 tables, I was like, I don't,
Did you have any awful customers that were like really mean
No,
to you?
this one group of people would come in like 5. They came in like 5 times in the small stint, and they loved me.
They were your
They were,
fans.
like,
That was your
one-
first.
Good
They were
fans.
my lunchbox altar fans. Like that was just them, and that was
That's
it. Because all the
amazing.
rest of them, I think, were like somebody one time tipped me like literally 50 cents
Ooh.
because they were just like they didn't
How
probably
big
have the
was the
money.
check?
I don't remember.
But
and
still, yeah.
I
If you
ran
do
out
reverse math, 20% is never going to be that.
Right.
I ran out of the restaurant to find them. I'm that
you
girl.
went-
I
oh,
was
she's
like,
that.
Yeah,
I will.
she would be that girl.
Fucking
You went.
are you fucking kidding me? I think I had it, the change in my hand to throw at them, but they weren't anymore. So
And then she was fired.
no,
And that was the end of it.
I wasn't actually. I think I quit, but.
Oh, well, good for
It
you.
was not very
You did
good at
good.
it, but all of us have to start from somewhere. It makes our
Totally.
stories interesting.
I once sat Chris Angel
Oh.
at a table, and
Did
he gave
he
me
disappear?
$20. No, I did. I took his $20, and then I disappeared.
Bye-bye.
bounced.
Ta-ta.
You reversed
Thank
it
you.
on him.
I know. I was
Nice.
like, I'm going to do magic now.
not coming back.
Not here to flirt. Thanks and gotta go
And
with
then you
your
just
20
blame
bucks.
it on him. You're like, he made me disappear.
Exactly, guys.
See, not my fault. I also need to say about Professional Lovers, I like that your lyrics are very creative as well. It's not like, I do this all the time. It's not like, I want to see you now. You are making
cow.
my heart go pow. Let's go to the show so I can tell everyone I know. You.
By the way,
Whatever.
not a bad song.
Also-
I know, it's actually, I liked
I was
it.
kind of into that.
I
There was
wanted to know where it went.
There was a vibe.
What
There
show
was a
was it?
vibe.
I feel like most artists kind of give up on writing Maroon 5.
I was going to say, she was
And
calling out Adam
they-
Levine specifically.
Sorry, but I'm like, you're all of a sudden, it's like a second grader wrote a poem, and now
Wait, can we talk about
I
that
know,
song
you
really
don't know
quickly?
what the words
It
are.
sounds like Poop My Shit for You.
no, but that's
which
not what
one?
they're saying.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Something, something.
Do you not know what they say? 'Cause
Poop my shit for you.
No. My boyfriend thought that they were saying.
I think now you can say his name, no?
Ooh, 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 kick my shin for you, or
would you
something
do
like
that?
that. It's been wishing for you. I had to look
No,
it up
it
because
can't
I
be.
cannot. Yes, it is. Been wishing for you. Ooh, ooh. Shall do what lovers do.
Okay, well, I think he should
Anyway,
learn how
that
to
song
enunciate.
is actually a little more creative than the rest of them. I'm just
Animals,
saying,
malls,
I
malls.
just like appreciate that you
thank
were
you.
raw. And
I actually really like Adam Levine, but I know some of the stuff's hard to. In pop music, sometimes it's
Thank you.
hard to.
I actually really
understand.
like that Poop My Shit for You song.
Oh, there you go.
it's on right now.
But listen,
I think it's like a vocal sick.
no, we're going to hear it. It says Poop My Shit
No,
for
it
You.
does
I don't
not.
care
I am
what you
right.
think or what the internet says. It's Poop My Shit for You.
I mean, this.
I feel like she loves him, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, you just skipped it, Jeff. It's all right.
Sorry.
Oh wait, here it is.
Been wishing for you, I
Been
think.
wishing for you.
This is,
Yes.
This is like Laurel and Yanny, all right? It's Poop My Shit for You.
It is definitely not, but I will say if it was, it would be a little more creative than Been Wishing for You.
I wish he got real weird. and just said that.
Hey, be real about it. Not every fucking relationship sounds like a love song.
No, in fact, sometimes when you're in a relationship, you do poop, okay? And sometimes it's not a good situation, and you have to understand each other and
Jen,
Oh,
love each
I'm
other.
gonna have to hear this story. 'cause
No,
this
I'm
is a
just saying
story.
that you
That's
get to
when
a-
it gets real.
Right, that's when
You
it
know
gets
what?
real, when you have tummy aches, okay?
Oh, okay.
we're going
All
to
right.
give you a challenge, and we need you to write a love song about this subject and make it sound sexy.
Poop.
I don't know how I'm gonna do that,
Well,
but
you
You
know
can
what?
think about it. We could come back to you.
think about
But
it.
don't
Drink
you
your drink.
think that this whole like I don't know, even Hollywood does it, right? Like you watch a romantic comedy or girls grow up thinking they need to have like Prince Charming come riding in on a horse to say that's what romance looks like or whatever. And then when you get there, it's not that way.
No, okay, this is the typical thing that happens in romantic comedies. You go somewhere because you're upset and you're pondering life and your relationship, and somehow the person finds you. How do they know where you are? How do
Especially
they
in
know?
Serendipity,
Is
that
it
movie.
television?
No,
Or
all of it.
movies.
Well, that's how they know where you are.
And then you're asked
But
to write,
I want that in
and-
my life.
and
Always
then
know
you
where
might-
I am to find me and
might-
but
surprise
it's
me.
not real.
Put on your GPS on your phone.
Well, that's how they
have.
would find me. Find
and
my
then,
friends.
And then Jared's asked to write a love song to make you emote even more emotion as you're watching poor Julia Roberts eat her life away in Indonesia, or wherever the hell that
Eat, Pray, Love.
was.
Man, that the soundtrack to that is to die.
But I'm just saying that
Yeah.
even pushes it further. So now you have these ideas in your head that everything's supposed to look and sound like this, and it's just fucking not.
Well, I think it's like I mean I hear you. I know there are some songs
Yes.
that are kind of like that and paint that Disney-esque
Right.
sort of picture, but I think there's also a lot of love songs that are just honest with respect to the situation and sometimes dark. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And sometimes it's
like some of your stuff.
yeah. Look like at
9 Inch
just
Nails.
like Adele maybe like
Yeah.
Hello. I'm just thinking of
Yeah.
an example. Which
You don't
is
call
it's an
people and say
amazing song.
hello?
Well, no, but I'm saying that's an example to me of
Right.
a song that is obviously it's a love song. She's talking about someone she used to love, but she's kind of like the difficulty
Sure.
of where it's at now
That
and
makes sense.
what's happened in the progression. So I just think it just depends on the artist and the
It
picture
does.
they're trying
I
to.
just think when you think generally.
But you just don't like fluffy love songs. you
No, I
right?
mean, it's not that I don't. I'm just saying you need to keep, I think, especially with social media, it kind of like piggybacks onto that, where you're looking at people posting photos or whatever
Sure.
of things that aren't realistic. Like, don't
Right.
hold the burger up to your mouth if you're not really going to eat it and you're like a 90-pound supermodel. Just eat, you're like making,
Right.
I'm just saying.
But you're saying like projection versus reality.
Yeah, right.
Like
And,
the song "I Will Always Love You." That's
Right.
not true. I might not always love you.
well, people
I mean,
say shit
Kevin
like that.
Costner and Whitney Houston.
I don't
Strong
think anybody still loves each other in that
bodyguard.
dynamic.
Well, that's too soon, Jen.
Is it too soon? There's a documentary coming out. I feel like it's appropriate.
I'm just saying.
Well, the point is, you get these ideas in your head where someone should always love you, or the fact that you love somebody one time must mean that it is a commitment for the rest of your eternity. Not even now. It's when I die and I haunt you.
How many people have you been in love with, Jen?
Who can count? No,
really?
not that many people. Probably 5.
All right.
I don't still love any of them, and I thought for sure, I'm like, well, and this is the issue. You hear all these love songs.
Was that an aggressive question by a guest? I was like, Jen, how many people have you been in love with?
Yeah,
Sorry.
actually, no.
I'll take a time out.
No,
This is an open forum here.
I know.
We're all talking.
This is a talk show.
know, I
Everybody's
know.
on the same plane here.
I might get the text later.
I'm going to be
why
like,
did you
Jared, how
ask
dare
that?
you?
No, 5 people though.
Is that a lot or a
5 is a
little?
lot.
I feel like
I'm old, guys.
Listen, like if I go back to my boyfriend when I was a freshman in high school, I said I loved him, but like, I mean, I guess
You said you loved him, but you lied?
Wow.
I did not lie. I'm just
another one.
saying. Then you
She's
like
pulling out
that's
songs.
I just am saying. Did I really? I mean, I did. I guess.
Just
But
compliment
then-
me on the fact
was
that I knew
good.
one line.
That
Yeah,
was good.
she did it.
But that's another thing too. Like even for example, in Professional Lovers, you're like, it's you and I. Like we're the best at this. And then 2 years later, you break up with that girl because she's a slut or whatever. And then you're with this new
You
girl.
realized she was the best at it because she's a paid worker.
No, but then you're like, oh shit, I said this to this other girl, and like.
But maybe this song now is even more meaningful and significant because it relates even more now.
You're even more of a
to your
professional.
situation.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm just saying. I think
Possible.
you can say these things. It's not like there's only one person out there for you, or maybe there is. Maybe
Right.
you're that person. But all these ideas that are written in songs and in movies that
You
are ingrained in
aspire
your it's like not
to have that love that's described by that one person who happened to be really creative at
as-
writing lyrics, but may have never even experienced the
So
thing
you,
they're singing
you
about.
like complicated love songs.
I do. I like
which is cool.
creative, complicated love songs. And I feel like as an artist, it's sort of your job, especially after a love song in a romantic comedy has been done 7 billion times. Like it's your responsibility to be as real as you can to sort of dig a little deeper, be a little more creative, tell the story in a different way, use a different lyric besides like roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and ooh, 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 Maroon 5.
So basically, don't be Dr. Seuss.
Don't be, who was actually a very good rhymer.
But not a
Yeah.
songwriter.
But listen,
I bet his books would be good songs.
You
I
could do
think
it.
you could rap
I don't
that.
know.
Invest in
Give
that.
it a try.
Interesting.
That
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
Damn.
I feel like I can't even speak right
Done.
now.
That's
red
fine.
fish.
it's
Red
fine.
fish, blue fish.
But going into like the comparathon race and like, oh, my love story needs to look like that or sound like that,
Right.
or like social
Oh my
media
God.
stuff.
And people also will post a photo with their significant other and write a freaking lyric, and it's like,
Right.
And then also you're like, oh, why doesn't if
And
you
then they
know,
break up.
Exactly. If you know that person, you're like, oh my God, being around them at a party is horrible because they're always fighting, but then they're posting these photos.
Well, I
can't.
think that happens a lot. You see the people that I think are doing the most outrageous and posting so often are probably the relationships that are like,
Compensating
questionable.
for
yeah,
something.
like all
They're
I know is,
overcompensating,
and
totally.
I'm generalizing, but all I know is most people I know in the healthiest relationships like don't post anything.
right.
They're
Right.
just
You
like
don't
doing
have
their
to.
thing.
I thought about
Don't
posting
care.
though something with like my guy at some point soon because I feel
I
like he
waited
should exist.
Yeah.
How long
Yeah.
are you in a relationship?
Yeah,
Jen?
it's been like 3 months. But
Oh.
wait, real fast.
It's like a decade in Hollywood.
I know.
Totally.
Actually, it
Right.
feels like a year because I'm like,
does it feel like the first time?
Congratulations.
It does
Except I
not
don't
feel-
see him that often, so every time sort of is like the first time because it's like
But
he is a child.
You do want some of that,
Child.
though. It does feel kind of good to like look at somebody and be excited like the first time.
Oh, sure. Or scared.
My boyfriend, I feel like that happens to me often. Like he
that's
will
nice.
call me or I'll see him and it I know it sounds like a cheesy love song, but it really does excite me.
Cheesy
like, the
love
first
songs
time.
you
This is
usually
how-
hate, and now you're
No, this is how they get started. Somebody once felt that weird way, and now you're like, now every time I see my guy and I hear that song, I must feel the first time.
Also annoys the shit out of
Right.
me.
There is the
which-
reality on the other side too. But
yes.
But
hear you.
this is a good dynamic. That's the healthy
Yeah.
balance.
I think
But
so.
Good balance.
so I will say I really relate to the song "The Way You Look Tonight." Because like tonight you really probably look great. Tomorrow you might not look so good. So the reality is
Operative
it's-
word tonight.
Right.
Tonight.
I like that it puts like a point in the time frame. So like I'm not committing to tomorrow. Tonight you look. I want to
Awesome.
freaking marry you or whatever.
Or
so
other things.
whatever. Old timey time songs. I like that it was pretty simple. It was almost like a nursery rhyme. It was like very short sentences.
Yeah.
Things rhymed.
Yeah.
They weren't
Yeah.
committing to too much.
Yeah.
Old-timey times.
I like the old-timey times. If you had a theme song, like a love song that was what I know this is probably really hard.
you-
I'm so bad.
Yeah.
This is one of the things I'm worst at is like when someone's like, what's your favorite?
How could you
what's
have a favorite?
song?
Okay,
what
but
would be
not-
your
No,
wedding
but
song?
stuff like that.
No, no.
What would be your first
First
dance?
dance. I guess it depends on the girl.
No, it doesn't. Just
Yeah.
pick one.
If you were going
I
to
don't
marry
know.
yourself. No.
It'd
If you
take me
had to
about
love
a month
someone,
to figure it out.
No, but here's the thing: if there was one song that was the aspirational love story for you, what would that song be?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Off the top of my head, it's so much pressure.
Okay, that's fine. Think
I'm
on
gonna
that
think, though.
as well as like if you know people say like if you had a theme song when you enter the room, what would you want to play or exit the room? We could do that, or we could go deeper and be like on a date, like a love song for.
It's funny. I was just thinking about like all my favorite artists growing up, like Boys to Men, and I was like
On Bended Knee.
I was like, right.
No
I love
one
that
is running around on bended knee
I
for
was just
me.
about to be like, I love End of the Road. Not a good song
Yeah.
to play at the wedding.
No. Yeah. Oh my
But I
God.
was
can you
like,
Although
imagine?
we've
that
come
song is the best
to the
feeling.
end of
Wait,
the road.
I'm
What about
sorry.
I Swear?
I'll Make Love to You's too obvious.
Do
not
not
that one.
Wait, that should be your wedding song.
Do not sleep on Water Runs Dry by Boys to Men. That is
Sleep.
the
Kidding me? I still listen to those records all the time.
That is the best Boys to Men song ever.
From the
Let's
2
not
album.
wait till
Yeah.
the water runs dry.
Yeah, and the
That
White
album's
Sands, New Mexico.
That album has Bended Knee, Make
Yeah.
Love to You,
All of
Guys,
them.
Water
that
Runs
was my
Dry.
time. I
Yeah.
knew every lyric to every song. This is
know.
before we had computers and internet and all that. Then
No, that's
I
when
would-
you had the CD and the lyrics were in this
Wait, but
booklet in the
I-
CD.
booklet.
sometimes like my friends would be like, "What were they saying?" And I would have to write it with my hand on a piece of
Wow.
paper and say what the lyric was.
Can you imagine?
Couldn't text it out.
No, weird
No,
weird
heck no.
times.
Pager code.
I
We
know.
had that too.
Oh, 143.
Okay, so what
Boobs.
how do we feel like we can get that kind of shit out of our heads where we feel like we've got to compare ourselves to this ideal romanticized fantastical relationship or keeping up with the Joneses on social media?
Not the Kardashians.
How do you feel like you can do I mean even for you, like how do you feel like you can write and create without falling into that dumb trap, you know?
I mean, I think you try your best not to chase like what you're talking about, just kind of like what's expected, and if you can paint your own honest pictures and create stuff that just like is meaningful and reflective of what you've gone through, or also being relatable at the same time. I think that's
I think
how you
relatable
can
is a key
try
word there,
Yeah.
yeah.
to avoid it. But I mean, it's obvious that the modern technology and modern day culture and the things we do are gonna be a part of like the art that's created right now.
Right.
So
You gotta kind of keep up with it, but in a way that's not so
yeah,
cliche.
I guess
Yeah.
I guess you just try to find a way to make it original or at least interesting and not obvious.
Right.
Okay, but now what do you do if you're in a relationship and you like want to inject some like romance and music into your relationship? Like, let's just say I will be the first to say I love like the crooners. I love Frank Sinatra and all of his friends that sound like him and redid the same songs. Love all of them. I love bossa nova. You cannot keep me from it. That is my jam. I love French music. Partially, I think because they don't know what they're saying, so it sounds romantic.
Yeah.
Wow, French music, nice.
Oh yeah, this is where I live.
cool.
These 3 areas.
Yeah.
So for me,
Wait, that makes you feel romantic? You're saying?
yes.
Okay, cool.
Or like on vacation, which also makes me feel romantic, or just like
Yeah.
it makes me feel like
But how do you
My
get that
freest.
feeling with music without being like, what's a creative way to do that?
or like what if your person doesn't like the music you like, and you're like,
Oh,
oh, my god,
that's-
what if I want to get romantic to bossa nova, and the person's like, I
That's-
fucking hate this
Yeah,
Brazilian shit.
that actually would be an issue for me.
I
think.
do not
I
like
think it'd be
country
hard.
music, and my boyfriend does, and I don't know why, because he's from fucking Massachusetts, and I'm like, huh. But
Well, that
I
can
cannot.
get a little Yankee.
I know. I can't. No, it's not from that.
Where are you from?
The Bay Area.
Oh, okay.
So I like R&B, like 90s R&B,
Right.
like R. Kelly.
And he's from Mass and he likes
Yeah.
country?
Yeah.
That's
well,
interesting.
I think
That's
it's a
cool.
more new thing that he sort of. So, but most people like different types of music. So hopefully you can find some middle ground. I just don't get into the country.
I mean, it's also like educating and teaching. Like I've dated girls that have turned me on to stuff I've
Yeah.
never heard before, and I've left those relationships being like, I love this type of music now.
Right.
And
So maybe that's
So-
a way to inject some romance into like you would a hobby, right? Like introduce the person you're with to your kind of music, and do it in a way like, don't just play it in the car. Take them to a show. Live music is it's awesome.
sure.
It's a great experience.
Playlist it up for them. you know?
Yes, it's like the new
Personalize it.
mixtape.
Exactly.
But I dated somebody for 2.5 years, and like our like thing together was music and like live shows and like kind of like one-upping each other on introductions to like bands and stuff.
Right.
And when we broke up, I was like, I will never hear another song again. I want nothing to do with music.
yeah,
No,
that
but you
is-
did say
all
you were
those
gonna
bands.
you were gonna miss his playlist. Though.
I
You did
was
say that, yeah.
gonna miss his
say,
playlist.
the hard part about doing that is if you don't end up with that person, then the memories that come back from those particular
God.
songs can be triggers for
They
some
can
tough
be. And
times.
also, I feel like a good tip is, and I know this sounds cheesy, but it's not, because I don't think people actually do it, is just slow dance sometimes.
Very nice.
Just like do it.
I would
in
like
like a
old
weird
school.
place. Like I do it
box
often.
step or like
No, just,
actually
like,
getting
slow
really
dance.
close.
No, you just like do that like
No, not
my
that.
mom made me go to ballroom dancing when I was 8. Yeah.
you have so many
I am
skills.
so jealous
Not
of
like I
that.
remember. I grew very late too, so I was very short, and all the girls were.
And now
like,
you're so
towering
tall.
over me.
Yeah.
I know, late, but I was like in that class, like tied up,
Yeah.
box stepping with like tall.
I love
girls.
that so much.
I went to cotillion, so I.
But no one
that's fun.
dances like that, so
Nobody,
I'm
but-
kind of like.
I wish that-
Why do we do this?
No, I wish that people did still. It'd
I
be
know,
cute.
it's-
But anyway,
dance like that. That could be
Now-
a romantic thing.
we have a real fun, quick game to play with
Yes.
you before we wrap.
So, like
Okay.
we said, the music industry isn't the only.
You guys
Hollywood.
are so easy to talk to. This
Oh,
goes by
well,
so
I
fast.
Thank you.
I want to tell you so much.
Oh God! Well, we're gonna have a second date then.
I know.
We like we were saying before, Hollywood and the music industry
Yeah.
both sort of romanticize some ideas of love. So we're gonna name some famous love songs, and you have to come up with the movie or the love story that it came from in our
I'm gonna
game.
get
We're only
so
going to
many
do
of
like
these wrong.
3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Don't
get
worry.
them all
It's
wrong.
called
We're doing 3.
This is called
Here
the
we go.
soundtrack of
Yeah.
our lives, and we bet a lot of these people became professional lovers to these tunes. Okay, Jen.
My heart will go on.
Celine, Titanic,
Okay.
Obviously.
Unchained Melody.
Ghost.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, I'm thinking of the artist. Why am I forgetting? I know the guy. Is it
They're brothers.
Neville? The Neville?
No, well, I think he did sing it, but the Righteous Brothers.
Ah,
So they were righteous, not.
Yeah.
great song.
That's all right.
And how about Can't Take My Eyes Off of You?
That's a hard one, I feel like.
You're just too good to be true.
Oh, I was thinking.
Oh, that's
also
what from
Damien
Closer.
Rice, yeah.
From Closer, right?
Yeah. I can't take my. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, but I have one that's like.
But wait, what
But
was
this one was from
what was the
10
one?
Things I Hate About You.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
When he sings,
Last
Heath
one.
Ledger.
You've got to get this one. I don't want to miss a thing.
Aerosmith, Armageddon.
Yes.
guys remember
I've
that?
chills. Good
This did a
job.
lot for my
So
ego with my
effing good.
trivia
See,
knowledge.
you were
I thought I was
good.
gonna get them
You
all
are
wrong.
so much
And here
better
you
than
go.
you thought. Look at that.
You're professional.
You are a
Oh.
professional lover,
guess.
singer, songwriter, music guesser.
My percentage was pretty high on
Yeah,
that.
there you
That's
go.
good.
You guys
New
swipe
skill.
right on Jared. So where can people find you
On the dating apps.
professionally?
Just kidding.
I'm only at AfterBuzz TV all the time. That's where I stay.
Oh, he lives here now.
You can see this song or hear this song on Spotify or Apple or YouTube, and
Oh, it's
I do
good.
clips of stuff on Instagram, which is Jared Lee Music.
So if people want to see like a live show, they can find you.
I'll
anything.
probably do a live show later in the summer in LA, but there's like clips of live stuff posted on all those.
So you can
sites.
get a
So
taste.
are we going to get invited to that?
I would like you guys to come.
I would
We'll be there.
love
Can't
to
wait.
come.
Maybe I'll be MC it. You guys are so good on the mics.
On the ones and
Stealing my
twos.
thunder.
Oh, maybe people will make a date night out of it and come see you.
Wow.
We'll
Right.
promote it.
Yes.
Anyway,
Double
guys,
hosts.
Okay.
keep listening because then you'll find out when Jared's performing and when you can take your significant other or some swipe right person on a
that date,
date
yeah.
to see Jared sing. And tune in every week. Next week, we have actually a rap. We went from a singer to a rapper.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Josh Santos will be
right.
here.
Yes.
And where can people find you,
You
Senorita?
can find me at Lauren Leonelli on all the social medias, and Jen.
Oh, hello. You can find me at Jennifer Golden on all the social media platforms as well.
And you can find us at Complicated Show on the socials too. And we will be back next week for another show. Glad to be back, and we will see you then. Cheers.
Love you long
Executive
time.
Producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.